Third caution of the day in the air here at Pocono, and here's why. Kyle Petty.
Oh, looked like the right front tire was flat. I saw black marks leading up to the wall like the brake was working. And they'll be lucky to fix that one.
It's heavy damage. And Kyle's bad luck is good luck for Tony Stewart. He gets back on the lead lap. Was penalized 1 lap for rough driving after this incident with Clint Bowyer that sent Carl Edwards spinning along the front stretch.
Tony waves to Bowyer and then goes down and runs into the right front. NASCAR held him for 1 lap.
He was not eligible for the lucky dog, had to race his way back onto the lead lap, and he has done that. And Tony Stewart currently scored 36th, but will be back on the lead lap.
He has an awfully fast race car, I know that.
Robbie Gordon is the lucky dog. And Stephen Light was on pit road, making his first Nextel Cup start when the caution came out. So it's Jeff Burton, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Brian Vickers, Martin Truex Jr., the top 5. Then it's Kenseth, Johnson, McMurray, Kurt Busch, and Earnhardt Jr. in the top 10. They're all coming to pit road, and Marty's waiting for him down there.
Brian Vickers running in 4th for much of that run, Bill. He said the car was extremely tight, meaning that front end just wouldn't hook up for him. He said he felt like he burned the right rear tire off. He's on the bottom of your screen in that 25 car. Look for them to pull half of a spring rubber out of the left rear tire. That should loosen up Brian's car quite a bit. They're having trouble, especially in turn 1 and 2 and 3. He's not too bad. Matt.
Kevin Harvick will stop short in his box as Greg Biffle smokes his car into his box. Small air pressure adjustment. The car was neutral on the 29, Alan.
You see the track bar adjustment wrench just being taken out of the right rear of Jeff Burton's car, and air pressure adjustment as well. They told him to stop short in his box, so Denny Hamlin didn't block him in.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. on and off of pit road, a clean getaway after a 4-tire stop up on the track bar. Just 1 round for a car that was just a little bit tight. Bill?
And Denny Hamlin wins the race off of pit road. There's some damage to the back of the 20 of Tony Stewart's car. Take a look here on pit road.
He's coming down pit road, and
is that Carl Edwards that did that?
Carl Edwards was behind him. Another look.
I think Carl's going to be sitting for a lap now.
You think? Mm-hmm. We'll find out. Carl could be in timeout when we come back to Pocono. You're watching NASCAR on TNT. A lot of work by the over-the-wall guys on the Home Depot Chevrolet of Tony Stewart after contact on pit road from Carl Edwards. Tony black flagged earlier in the race for rough driving.
See Carl Edwards trying to line up the front end on that car. Here's Carl Edwards going in the pits behind Tony Stewart. And you get to pit road, and
that's just what we call payback in this business. Although he was kind of paid back, NASCAR paid him back pretty good, so I'm not sure that was necessary. But Dave, can you add?
Meanwhile, in the 20 camp, they were going to come down pit road to, make Tony's car better. And before all this happened with Carl, Tony had made his apology to the team, realizing that what he'd done earlier with Clint Bowyer was his fault. He said, guys, I apologize. I will make this up to us today. I don't think he meant by contact. I think he meant by racing hard. He's still got a chance to do that, but not if he keeps getting spun out on pit road.
Black flag, car 99, Carl Edwards. You predicted that, didn't you, Wally?
I kind of saw that coming. But, hey, I think NASCAR's done a good job today making these kind of calls. I mean, they don't want, we talked about payback a couple of weeks ago after Chicago.
Right.
And they certainly don't want this kind of stuff happening. And I think, what Tony did, Tony realized that he blew it, and he's taking responsibility for it. But now Carl doing what he did, especially after NASCAR gave him a penalty.
Here's what happened earlier. Tony Stewart comes off the corner. Clint Bowyer, 07, kind of forces Tony up. Tony doesn't like it. He goes down, hits the 07, who goes down, runs into Carl Edwards. That's what caused all this to start with about 40, 50 laps ago.
Okay, so they penalized Tony. They held him a lap.
And the same thing here. Aggressive driving penalty, Carl Edwards. So Carl Edwards comes to pit road. lot going on here at Pocono. We'll sort out the running order. Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman did not pit under this caution. They'd already been on pit road under the green. The field is coming to get the green flag here at Pocono from the Busch race yesterday in Martinsville. Kevin Harvick and Clint Bowyer teammates in a no passing zone at the close of the race. Harvick got the victory, and he's the championship leader after 21 races this season. Going back to green, Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman, Mark Martin did not pit. Denny Hamlin restarts fourth. A lot of stories to tell you about. Carl Edwards had to restart at the rear of the field because he also pitted too early in addition to his black flag penalty for aggressive driving. Edwards not eligible for the lucky dog. He's put himself in a very bad situation by spinning Tony Stewart out on pit road. Meanwhile, up front for the lead, 3 wide.
Newman to the outside, takes it. Whoa, Denny Hamlin all the way to the bottom, and he's going to pick up second spot doing it.
Kyle Busch in the 5 cars a lap down.
Now, usually, we've seen earlier, Hamlin's car has not been very good until 10 laps, 15 laps on tires, but we'll see if that has changed since this last pit stop.
NASCAR has warned the drivers of the 20 and the 99 cars to settle down on the track. Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards have both been black flagged today for aggressive driving.
I was just going to say, that looks like it's going to take 10 laps.
And you wonder how Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin, how they're up front. Well, they pitted earlier. You do not lose a lap when you pit here at Pocono if you're within 10 seconds of the leader. They were. They made their pit stop. When the caution flag fell, they just stayed on the racetrack. That's what they're doing.
Now, their tires are not as fresh as the guys that pitted. We'll see how that plays out. Here comes Hamlin in that rocket ship.
About a parts those jet engines, FedEx. 737 jets, maybe. Acts like it.
They'll be looking for that in post-race inspection. Thank you very much. Alan?
Bill, the pit stop for the 11 car, obviously an excellent one since they got off the pit road first among the cars who stopped. They backed up on one of the adjustments they made to the car earlier, getting it a little closer to the way it was at the start of the race when he was leading by lots.
Well, there has been some racing throughout the pack today.
A lot of traffic back right here in this clump, which is about 10th through 40th. You're going to see 3 wide there.
Battle for second spot. Here comes Jeff Burton in that 31. He has been about the only car today that looks like he might be able to run with the 11 of Denny Hamlin.
On board with Kyle Busch. He lost a lap when they decided to change shocks.
Yeah, when your car's handling that bad that you change shocks during a pit stop, it must have been terrible, Dave. Dave, oh. We've lost Dave.
Uh-oh. We'll put our best man on. Kevin Harvick under Kyle Busch. Maybe.
I think Kyle's obviously just trying to hang in there and try to get that lucky dog if the yellow comes out. He doesn't want to be in the way, so to speak.
Right.
These guys are all racing for positions, but he doesn't want to just give it all away and then wind up being in a position to lose that spot.
I'll tell you, these guys work so hard at the shop all week to get the cars ready. Then the crews come to the track. The guys in the garage work for 3 days to get the cars in perfect condition. And it's the 7 guys over the wall that represent them throughout the race. And here are the guys getting it done on pit road for Denny Hamlin.
Mike Ford, Morristown, Tennessee.
Blake Hoagland, Mount Ayr, Iowa.
Dottie Brown, Woodsboro, North Carolina.
Chris Webb, Manassas, Virginia.
Heath Cherry, Belmont, North Carolina. Barry Cook, Concord, North Carolina.
Scott Wood, Liberty, South Carolina. John Eicher, London, Kentucky.
The big crew for Denny Hamlin. And he's out front, but there is a ton of racing going on behind him.
See Harvick in the 29 car trying to get on the inside of the 12. Ryan Newman does. Almost. 12 car's got some horsepower. Did you say that?
I think I mentioned that a couple times today.
Jimmy Johnson falls in behind the 24. Caution flag is out. Caution on the speedway, debris on the front stretch.
The 5 car, Kyle Busch.
We'll get back on the lead lap.
Yep.
We'll wait for the official call, but he should be, and he is the lucky dog. So a big break for Kyle Busch. We'll get to make a free lap around here and get back on the lead lap. Denny Hamlin won here in June, started on the pole. He's back out front at Pocono.